Alright, I just wanted to make a quick video about a recurring issue I've been having with the Milwaukee M18 Orbital sander, item number 2648. So the problem I was having, I bought one probably 8 months ago, and it worked great at first. I read all the reviews before I bought it, didn't hear one bad review about it, and so I bought it, and it worked great for 6 months. I was using it on drywall. I'm not a contractor. I'm not a woodworker. I'm more of a DIYer. I know you're not supposed to do a lot of sanding when doing drywall, but I'm lazy and I'm new at it, getting better. Anyway, so it worked great for 6 months, and then one day I just noticed that this is supposed to spin like that, randomly back and forth, orbiting slowly. And that's what it did. It was great. Didn't have any issues with it. And then one day I turned it on, and this was the second you turn it on, this just spins like crazy RPMs. Whether you adjust it to 6 or all the way down to the lowest setting, it still spins like crazy. And the way I figured out it was doing it, well, at first you could feel it in your hand. It's a very rapid thing. It's hard to hold it still. But the second it would hit the drywall, it would bite, and it would take a bite out of the drywall. I'll demonstrate in a second. So again, I know I shouldn't really be using this on drywall, but I was. So it was destroying my drywall. Sucked. So I called Milwaukee. They told me I could either drive it to a retailer to repair it, or I could mail it to them. And they said it would take 7 to 10 days. I was pissed because I was in the middle of another project, but I did send it out. It took pretty much 10 days, which I'm not really happy with the service I got, but that's for a different video. So anyway, they ended up sending me one back. It looked brand new. I'm pretty sure they replaced mine with a brand new unit. It came with a brand new dust thing, even though I didn't send mine back to them. It came with two of the Milwaukee 80 grit papers, in a box, the box it belonged in, with all the manuals and everything. It looked brand new. But then I quickly noticed that etched in it is a number. So I don't know if they refurbished it or they just mark it to let you know that it was replaced. I have no idea. So I got it back probably about 2 weeks ago, this unit, and it worked for, I didn't use it for the first 2 weeks because I was done, my project, and then I went to sand a door, and within an hour of sanding, it's doing it again. So without having a good unit in front of me, I can't really show you what it's supposed to do, but this is what it's doing now. So as you can see, that is spinning very fast, and if it is supposed to do that, it certainly wasn't for the first 6 months I owned the first one, and for the first hour I owned the second one. But the second you put it under load, it will slow down, but I'll show you how it bites. I don't know if you could hear that, but what I said was if it's under load, it will eventually slow down to how it's supposed to operate. But for that first bite, it almost pulls it out of your hand. And I'll show you. I'll adjust it to the lowest setting and show you it doesn't change anything. So it makes the motor quieter, but it's not spinning any slower. But still, even in the lowest settings, it does an initial bite, it shoots out of my hand. So I called Milwaukee back. I said, hey, I don't know what's going on. This new one you just sent me only worked for like an hour before it's messing up again. Can I speak to a technician? They said, no, there's no technicians in right now. Same thing they told me 2 other phone calls. I said, okay, well, I can't really go another 7 to 10 days without my sander. I'm working on a project. I'm trying to finish a door for someone. They said, tough. There's nothing we can do about it. They said, doesn't matter if I drive it to the dealership, to the service center, or if I mail it out, it'll take 7 to 10 days. I said, can you tell me if this is a normal problem? They said, no, I can't tell you that. I said, okay, well, nothing I can do about it, I guess. But I can't find anything on the internet about anyone else having this problem. Now, it could be a simple fix, where, or not a simple fix, but there's a way around it. I could just put it on the thing I'm sanding and then turn it on. It's still much more aggressive, I think, than it's supposed to be. And then the second you pick it up, it spins back up. I'll show you. So I'm newish to the Milwaukee brand. I'd say probably like 2 years now. And I've already had, this now has to get replaced twice. I had to get my half-inch high torque impact gun replaced once, and I had to get my drill driver replaced once. And the customer service certainly isn't bad, but they're not very polite, they're not very helpful, they're not very informational. Granted, yes, they will replace it for free, but I would really, really prefer faster. It needs to be faster, especially if you're trying to make money off their products. You can't have 7 to 10 days of downtime in this industry. So that's my video for you guys. Just trying to help out anybody else that might be having this issue. Let them know that they are not alone. Tomorrow I will be driving it down to the service center, so I can have a technician look at it. I want to compare it next to a working unit, make sure if it's preventable, if it's fixable, if there's something I'm doing wrong. It doesn't matter what battery, it's a fresh battery. It doesn't matter what battery I use. I've used the 2 amp hour, I've used the 5, 4, they all do the same thing. So again, I'm going to drive it down to the service center tomorrow, show them what it's doing, ask them why it's doing it, tell them it's the second unit, figure out if this was the original one I sent in and they just refurbished it. If they did a hell of a job cleaning it up.